CREWCast. 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 Give it up for the CREWCast!
So we're back with the shorts. They are back.
Hello,
we did
bro.
actually record a short before, but as you discovered in the previous episode of the podcast, if you listened to the main episodes,
It was dead.
memory card pooped to bed. So we lost it pretty much.
Top up.
Oh, you're topping up. Oh, you are going quite hard. No, don't top up. Because I said on the other episode that you had to try this. No, come on. You only have to have a bit. Stop it. Oh, you stubborn
It's really
mule.
fucking good though.
I know it is, but
Yeah.
this is fun.
I know. We can save that for. Have you?
Right,
yeah,
fine. You're trying that next time.
Yeah, you haven't had that one on the podcast, have you?
No.
Well, there we
But
go.
I've
then.
drunk it.
Yeah, I know, but I don't care. There you go.
Fine. So we're on the tomatin. Well, it's turned into... You know how you know you've got through the bottle a little bit? It's because it goes from a glugger to a pourer. Cheers.
Charles.
So we're back, and we're back with your questions for this one. I'm going to try and make a habit of doing as well, getting you guys more involved. And remember, we have asked for you guys to send us your embarrassing first date stories. They can be from any time in your life, but we want to hear them. And if you're on Spotify, if you scroll to the bottom of the description of the episode, you can leave us voice messages. We would love it if you did that. Tell us your stories so we can play them on the episodes. That would be great. And then we will obviously join in and tell you ours, although Lou has to make one up. And you actually have to make one up. It has to involve a donkey, some homosexuality, and a midget. Sorry, small person.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has to last at least 2 minutes.
I've been completely going off topic, but kind of I'll bring it back. Is we've got this like CRM software, blah blah blah, gym stuff that I'm doing, and our software guys have just integrated this AI, so it can write script for you for specific things.
I literally used AI to write the description for my YouTube video the other day.
Yeah. Oh, have you started doing it?
Yeah.
And I'll show you this one. It's fucking really good because you I don't know which one you've used.
What have you used?
I can't remember the name.
Is
of
it called ChatGPT or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. It's and you can literally be like, write 100 words about bench press in a comedic tone, and then it'll just like
It's amazing, isn't it?
And it fucking generates it. It's amazing. And then we were like testing out what it could do, and then we're like, write a short story about dwarves and then I was like. And Bitcoin, and then it literally wrote like a short story about a dwarf, and he was called Gimli. Obviously,
Was
they
he
ripped off.
mining Bitcoin?
Yeah, they ended up mining
Oh,
Bitcoin,
brilliant.
and it was like the rarest form of currency. And then they went off to another empire, and they showed them how to mine Bitcoin as well.
That is amazing.
It was brilliant. So yeah,
Let's do one now. ChatGTP. Isn't it called that?
Yeah.
ChatGPT. Right.
hold on. Let's look through our questions, and we'll pull out 2 random things for the questions, and then it has to write us a short story about involving these 2 completely obscure things.
Do you know, though, so many people are using it that their system keeps crashing?
I know. Yeah.
Because they just can't handle the load. It's still, look, see, it's just
Processing.
locked out. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if it'll let us in. So proper. But it is really good. I used it to literally... I still had to edit it.
Yeah,
But, you know, I had to customize bits, but I took, like, it gives you inspiration.
Yeah.
You read through it and you're like, oh, that's a good thing to say. And you take that bit and then your other things. I also used it to tell me what the most winning lottery numbers were. And the stuff like that. I was like, will it know that? And then you have to phrase things quite, specific.
Yeah.
Because I asked it to pick the best lottery numbers. And it was like, no.
Yeah.
No, I can't predict what the lottery's going to be. I was like, I don't want you to do that. I was like, oh, so tell me the most winning lottery numbers. And then it goes, well, in the UK, there's these are the ones that have come out the most, which you could search anywhere, but it's a good way of like doing some stuff. So you could do it with, just think of the endless things. Yeah. But here's the scary thing. Every time you type something in for it to think of, you're giving it information to work out. So you're slowly building its database for it. Yeah. And then what if it starts asking itself questions at any point and then becomes sentient? That seems not too far away, because the capabilities of that thing to generate what it does in such a short... it's given me some responses in under like 2 seconds, and like paragraph responses.
Well, I don't know whether I mentioned it on the podcast. I've got a friend who runs an AI company, He lives in Berlin, but he occasionally comes back. So I could potentially get him on the podcast if you want to know more about it.
Yeah, and
Because he talks about
doesn't
a lot
he have
of
something he's testing? Because I will test it on my YouTube stuff.
Yeah. Because their company's got quite a specific type of AI, but he works with a lot of other very complex things that are well over my head. But yeah, when he's in the country next, I could see. I think he's actually back in because it's his birthday in a couple of weeks. I'm sure he's coming back, so I could see if he's free.
I'm in. Right, what are we asking it?
Are you in? Can you get the questions back up?
Yeah.
Okay, so scroll through and try and find some random words that like stick out.
Random words.
Yeah, like is someone mentioned, like when they ask us like animal questions or something like that.
I've just got chicken and monkey,
Okay,
and then
doesn't have to be an animal.
I've got.
Well, we had
Should we
10 more.
ask it one of these horrendous questions? I've got a question here that says, "Would you?" I've got a lot of would you rather's, and they're courtesy of Craig, who's just unleashed a storm that he's been holding back.
Okay,
So, should we ask it this
I don't know
one?
if it'll answer or would you rather.
Let's see. Would you rather? This is horrendous. Would you? How far are we into this? Are we getting demonetized? No, we should be good. Would you rather sit on a cake and eat cock, or sit on a cock and eat cake?
Why do you do this to us, Craig?
Why does your brain even think that up? How do I copy that?
I don't know if you can.
I have to type the whole
You're gonna have to
thing.
type that
Would
in.
you rather sit on a cake and eat a cock? I have to type this out.
Here we go. This
Oh
AI
my
is not
God.
going to like this.
This is going to mess up their system. What? It should crash the server. The AI was doing amazing until somebody with an IP address in the UK blew the systems.
To be honest, it might not answer it for you because when we were testing it and we had the dwarf and the Bitcoin thing, that was our second attempt at testing it because the first attempt was write us an erotic novel about dwarves, and it's and it said that it can't do erotic content.
Oh.
Yeah.
Eat a... Oh, hang on. Eat
Eat a cake and sit
Would you
on a
rather
cock,
sit on a cake and eat
or
a
sit
cock?
on a cock
or
and eat a cake?
eat a cake and sit on...
Well, if you've just got to sit on it, not actually have it up your arse. See that's
Right, here we go.
that changes the situation a bit.
I am a machine and I do not have the ability to feel pleasure or preference, so I cannot answer that question. Is there something else I can assist you with, you perverted asshole? Well, you've foreseen what questions are coming your way, so let's crack on with them. Best crisps for a crisp sandwich. I'm going to go either to beef, which you're hard to find now. I don't even know if they still do them. Oh, tomato ketchup. Tomato ketchup crisps. I'm going to go that over beef. Or cheese and onion.
I was just going to go cheese and onion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think cheese and onion is it's too simple. It's
goes everywhere.
It just fits the bill.
Best biscuit ever.
Yeah. Crisp. Oh,
Best biscuit ever.
new question. I was like, what you want about? I thought you were saying that cheese and onion crisps were the best biscuit ever. And I was like, what? What did I say the other day? I said it was
You went hobnob.
chocolate
Hobnob. I'm going
feel-
jammy dodger. But only if you eat the jammy dodger in the way I eat the jammy dodger, which is to nibble all the top layer off around the jam. So you're left with just like the circle and then the jammy heart bit. Then you nibble off all the bit around the bottom, which is the rim of the bottom bit of the circle.
So then
you're
you've
just
just
left
got
with
a-
the jammy biscuit bit in the middle, and then you eat that. So you get like
maximal jam to biscuit.
maximal. Yeah,
Maybe they just need to up the jam to biscuit ratio.
I'm happy with the way it is.
What if they did a double stuffed jammy dodger?
That would just rule the world.
Yeah, do you reckon?
And that's close behind is hobnob of any kind. I think they're all great,
I think that chocolate.
other than caramel. It's too much.
I've never had a caramel hobnob.
It's a bit too. Bleh.
Is it got actual caramel
I think
coating,
it's like
or
a
is it
chocolate
just?
caramel or something? It's just too much.
I can imagine that'd be a bit sickly.
Yeah, it was. It was like, yeah, a bit too much. But chalky hobnobs, yeah, I'm with you on that as well. Right. Fight a chicken every time you got in your car, or a monkey randomly once a week. Now,
it depends on the
specifics are
monkey.
necessary.
Yeah, it depends on the
Because if
monkey.
it's a chimp, I am not fighting a chimp.
Yeah.
They can literally rip your face off. So if it's a monkey of chicken size, so we're talking spider monkey,
Yeah.
fight a chicken every time you got in the car, or a monkey randomly once a week?
100%.
I think I'd still take the chicken.
Yeah, chicken every time. The chicken will not do
Grab
any...
it, chuck it out the car.
Yeah, no damage from a chicken.
It would be really irritating. Every time you get in the car, there's a chicken in it. It's going to have left feathers. It might shit in the car.
It's not specifying that it's in the car. You've just got to do the task.
It says fight a chicken every time you got in your car. I'm assuming it's in the car.
It doesn't specify. If you just get in your car and then every time you go to get in your car, then a chicken just spawns. It just goes, and then just like,
I'm assuming
before you can press the button or turn the ignition,
Chicken.
you've got to fight.
You would get real quick at breaking that neck.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
And-
spawn.
I
Free
eat
chicken.
a lot of chicken.
Yeah.
I don't eat monkey.
So chicken, because you get good at killing it and protein.
Yeah.
Free protein.
See, that was actually an easy question
Yeah.
when you think about it.
Definitely. And killing a monkey with those little eyes. Looking at you.
It's basically like a little. It's a little simple human.
Don't kill me.
Yeah, I want to.
You,
I wonder.
you could
Wonder if you could coerce it to being your
slowly
friend.
every
and
week.
then you got a
just
monkey army.
Just slowly pacify it.
Yeah.
Slowly, week by week.
Yeah. Or I wonder if like it's almost like, you know, when when they selectively breed an animal so that they get the dogs that are more friendly and more susceptible to certain behaviours.
It's a mental monkey.
Yeah, so then over time, you've basically every single week you get another iteration of the monkey that's slightly more calm.
Oh, you think it's
and
affected week to week by your influence?
Yeah, and then eventually you've just got this monkey.
You are the question loophole king.
So all these things that haven't been specified. But either way, I'd still have the free chicken.
Yeah, chicken. Right, next. Do you still talk? I think say talk to Jeff Seed, Mark Fitt, and Alan Gabby. Jeff, right? So I'm assuming it's for me.
No, and I never have.
Jeff, you didn't really talk to Jeff outside of like doing stuff with him because Jeff just goes off and does his own thing. Jeff didn't even get on planes that were booked for him to go to expos. Like, so if he didn't want to, you know, he's not the kind of guy you just chat with on a general basis. Like, he just does what he does.
Yeah.
So I got on really well with Jeff whenever we were together. But outside of that, no, I didn't really speak. Mark Fitt, yeah, check in with him every so often, make sure he's good.
Who's Mark Fitt?
Mark Fitt is the Canadian dude who owns Rise Apparel. He's French Canadian.
I don't know if I know.
He's part of the Gymshark OG crew.
You know, I might have to see him, but I don't remember following him or anything. I've got.
Alan Gabby now lives in a commune somewhere and is just living a life of meditation and peace.
Fair play.
So he doesn't really. He's just doing well.
He was ridiculous jacked, wasn't he, Alan Gabby?
Yeah, he was a genetic freak as well.
Peeled.
Yeah. Literally, he's that would be the best way to describe him.
Yeah.
Peeled.
Yeah, like he
German.
literally had no skin.
Came from nothing as well. Came from being basically addicted to drugs to that.
Wow.
Yeah. And now he lives on a commune and does like the whole holistic, living, and he's married and everything. So fair play to him.
Yeah,
Just like left social media and went off and did that.
Fair enough, yeah.
He was one of the original advocates of G for P, gay for pay. He just was like, okay, gay guys want to pay me to see stuff. He was like, cool. Nothing like nude, just literally like kissing his bicep, or he did this other thing, right? This is mad. And it's called, I don't want to keep saying the word ape,
We said it on the last podcast.
Yeah, we did. But it's called bank R and then, an ape. Yes. So bank R ape. Yeah. And basically what guys do would give him the details of their bank for him to go in, take their money that they had in that account. That was it. And they got off on that. And so he was like, all right, I'll do that. And so he did it and like pooled the money.
Yeah.
And it left it there and nothing ever happened. So he made like 30,000 euros.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, there's some weird rich gay guys out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just take my money.
He made enough of the G4P stuff to buy his first house.
Fucking hell.
He was just like, they're your prerogatives, not mine. I'll take the cash for it. So
Is there a situation where you do that?
probably.
You didn't have to think too long.
Well, why would you? If someone's offering you £50,000 to do something that's not sexual, or not overtly sexual,
Spit on your biceps.
yeah, I'd spit.
I'll do it on the podcast for free.
I would let you spit on my biceps for £50,000 and lick it. And I would smile while
I
you
think
were
they
doing it.
might pay more than 50,000 for that and get a little tip on top of it.
Yeah. In an era of OnlyFans, that is like PG.
Yeah, fucking hell.
So now we get back to the question. Would you rather sit on a cake and eat some cacao, or sit on a cacao and eat cake?
So, yeah. If it is literally sitting on it...
Well, and it says eat, so that means literally like...
Yeah.
Like you're biting it
Yeah,
off.
we're taking everything literal here.
Well,
so
that's your fault. If you want to label this better.
Sitting on it.
So
it's not
literally
entering me.
It's flaccid.
Sitting on it, and then I'm just eating cake.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't even
If
say
those are my
naked.
two options...
You could be clothed. You could be wearing 8 pairs of pants.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'll do that.
So we're wearing 8 pairs of pants, sitting on the and eating cake.
Yeah.
A tap that dispenses rum and whiskey all the time,
Mm-hmm.
or an oven that produces any food you want. Oven that produces food.
Yeah. 100%.
Yep. If you could walk into a room with everyone you've ever met in it, who do you find first?
Does this include dead people?
Everyone you've ever met.
I'll probably say hello to my great nan again. It'd be rude if I didn't.
Who do you find first? So you got to go towards somebody first.
Yeah, I'd find my great nan. I don't think I wouldn't be that fussed to find anybody else, because anyone else who I talk with, I if I want to talk with you, I'll talk with
Do you know? I think it'd be my great aunt Tess and then my granddad.
Yeah.
Because I was with my granddad till he was 99, but my aunt Tess, she went in her 70s, and she was like my grandma because my grandma passed away before I was born, and so she was my grandma.
Yeah.
But I lost her early. I lost her at like 15, 16. So, yeah, probably her then Pops.
Yeah.
Just out of respect because she went first. I haven't seen her for the longest.
Yeah. I think that'd be nice. Yeah, I don't even. So I wouldn't say that I have much of a ranking once after that.
Yours was your great.
Yeah, my great nan. I spent a
Great
lot of
nan.
time with my great nan when I was younger.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I had a great nan. Nana. Is that rain?
No, it's not. Something's going on outside.
That was a weird noise.
Yeah, it sounded like paper rustling out.
It did. It sounded like sudden onset of rain / paper rustling. Okay, here we go. Oh, I've got a last one. If you punch yourself and it hurts, are you weak or strong? Because if you hit yourself and it hurts, then you're weak because you're like, it hurts. But if you hit yourself and it doesn't hurt, what? Let's hit ourselves.
Well, I would say neither.
We'll hit ourselves. Not in a dead arm.
Well, are we going to hit each other? Like,
No, we're not going to hit each
Where are
other.
we gonna hit
you have to
at?
punch yourself.
yeah, but realistically, punching
hang on,
yourself,
in your
how are
face,
you
is it
gonna
face?
how are you gonna generate much force punching yourself?
It doesn't say in the face.
I know, but even like you're not able to get a proper wind up to punch somebody. Like you could arguably maybe get your legs semi decent,
You
but
could definitely dead leg yourself.
you're not gonna get like a good clean punch on your own body though.
If you punch yourself and it hurts, are you weak or strong?
So really, if it hurts and you've just punched yourself, it doesn't matter about being weak or strong because you could be strong or weak, and a punch can hurt or not hurt. That's more about your pain tolerance.
You just Schrodinger's cat that question.
Well, it's not. It's a completely. They're unrelated things. Like pain tolerance is not related to strength, right?
But that's what I mean. That's what it's saying.
And being strong or weak does not actually dictate
punch
whether you can
yourself
generate any power
So
in
if
a
you
punch.
punch yourself and it hurts, are you weak or strong?
Neither. Doesn't matter. They're not even correlating with each other if you think about it. If a punch hurts, that is to do with your tolerance to pain. So that's not to do with being weak or strong. If you can generate power in a punch,
mentally weak though, if it hurts you,
again though, something can hurt and you just choose to.
then you're strong mentally.
Are you?
Yeah. If you can take pain.
But it's talking about it in the context of the punch.
No, it's not. That's what you're seeing it as. But if you read it, it's asking the question. It's quite clever. If you punch yourself and it hurts, are you weak or strong? That's what it says. You're taking it as the punch hurt, but the question insinuates the hurt.
Maybe.
I think if you hit yourself and it hurts, you're weak mentally.
I would still argue that because the being mentally weak or strong, again, that's a very tight box to dictate someone's total mental strength or weakness. Just because I know people that are extremely mentally tough and they could get hurt quite easily because they're frail.
Let's ask the AI. if you punch...
But then I know other people that would be extremely resilient to physical pain, but they can't handle the
you know as
slightest
well,
bit of pressure and stress.
environment matters as well, because if I'm sparring and I get hit, I'm in an aggressive mode, expecting to be hit. So I'm mentally toughened because I know that I don't want to show that pain when I get hit. Yeah. So because when I was sparring tough, I'm not sparring tough anymore. I blink now if I get hit, which really annoys me. So I have to. That's something you learn as well. The more you train to like take a shot, you no longer blink when you get hit.
Yeah.
Which is a massive benefit because you're constantly able to view where the strike is coming from. But if you get hurt, you never show it, which is why whenever you're watching MMA or boxing or something like that, and they get hit and they grimace and then they go and they show the face, you know they are done because they are trained to not show any pain.
Yeah, and normally there's a delay because they're like holding it in, and then they'll be able to like hold it off for a second, and then they'll
especially a liver shot. The weirdest thing ever. Have you ever taken a liver shot?
Yeah.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah, it takes.
If this is the shot now, like if you hear this, I'm going to go whip, and that's when it hits. This is when it lands. So you're boxing, you're there, and then whoop, bam. Now the pain hits. That's how long the delay is. It's like it goes whip, and you're like, oh, that hit. And then you go, and what it does, for me, I involuntarily took a knee.
Yeah.
Like I had no choice in it. My body went, take a knee. It was the weirdest thing.
It literally feels like your body just has like this pulse that just goes through it.
It's just no more. Take a moment. It's really weird. Right. If you punch yourself and it hurts, are you weak or strong? Here we go. AI. What do you say? 2. Oh, it's already creating answers. Oh my God. And it's not a short answer. It's still typing as I read this. It is not a matter of being weak or strong to feel pain when punching oneself. It is a natural response to an action that can cause injury. Strength refers to the ability of muscles to generate force, while pain perception is a function of the nervous system.
I am the AI.
You are the AI. Wow. There you go. What else should we ask it? Which whiskey is the best? Whiskey is it's having to think, type of distilled alcoholic beverage from a fermented grain mash. Well, that's how you describe it. The best whiskey is subjective and depends on... Oh, boo! Oh, here we go. Some popular types of whiskey include... it's just been very general. It does name some brands, though. Johnny Walker, Jameson, Jack Daniels, and Macallan. So it's reading Google and stuff like
Seeing
that.
what's coming up with
scraping what's the most
best-selling.
popular brands. What else can we ask it?
We should have asked people to ask us.
Okay, so there's another thing as well.
Yeah.
So we can do that one.
We've got a third co-host, the AI.
Yeah, the AI. We should have that actually every week. We'll have the AI involved every week.
Next week, assuming Lex is not
I'll be
dying,
fine, I think. I'm going to the gym tomorrow regardless. So
we're going to be in a different setting. We're going to be at my house. We're going to be doing the podcast a bit earlier in the day, so we're going to require questions earlier. And we are then going to be travelling to another dimension.
Dimension.
Yeah.
In theory, as long as I'm well.
Yes. Yeah, assuming Lex.
Because you do not want to do that as psychedelic when you're slightly sick.
Yeah.
Because I feel that would lead you down negative pathways.
Yeah, you'd probably be like focusing on struggling to breathe properly. And yeah, you want to, or even just fucking seriously abuse nasal spray beforehand. Just clear all orifices, ears, nose, eyes,
Hey, did you
mouth.
know that they make like vapor machine things where it's like a little boilie section. This is technical terms.
Boilie
so it's got a
sections,
boilie
yeah.
section where you
Yeah,
put the water in, and then there's like a plastic tubing that comes up with a face mount, and you shove your face in it.
I've not seen those.
I
no.
know. I never knew they existed. Apparently, they existed for a decade,
And you just,
and we've all been doing stupid towel over our head with a bowl. Yeah, I know.
I know when I used to have this. I think I've told this story once already, but I used to have this like little vaporizer thing, and you put water in there, and you put some essential oil, and it like pumps the.
I've got one of
air
those.
out.
I think it made me worse.
Well, I used to use that with what is the Vicks smell? What's
Vicks Vapor Rub.
Yeah, but it's
Eucalyptus?
Is it eucalyptus and
Probably.
tea tree or
Yeah,
something like that? And yeah, I used to put that in when I'd have a cold. But then I told you about Pontiac's disease, didn't I?
Yeah, and then
Basically.
after I'd already drunk that water that had been on the floor for about 2 weeks, and then you're like, oh, you're gonna die, and I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, well, you'd have potentially got Legionnaire's disease.
That
which is
was
way
it, yeah,
worse.
Legionnaire's disease.
Pontiac's is basically the inhalation version of Legionnaire's disease.
Did you get sick from it?
Yeah, me and Emma both had bad fevers. Like we literally both woke up in the middle of the night, like the most
How
severe.
long had the water been in it?
Well, I don't fucking know. Because
A long time.
yeah, like we hadn't used it for ages, and then I think
just turned it
we
on.
had like a spring clean or something like that, and we were like going to town, and just as you do, just turned on something to like make the room smell nice as well. Or Emma turned it on, and like neither of us thought anything of it because
Yeah.
why would you?
You basically just pumped bacteria into the
Yeah,
air.
so it's literally like just vaporizing the same. Because realistically, Pontiacs and Legionnaires are the same thing. It's the same bacteria, but obviously when you inhale the vapor of it, it's much smaller quantities. Legionnaires kills people, but just the vapor is enough to make you fucking rough. Like I felt like I had like the worst. I had a night of like a fever, and then I went into work the next day, and I felt like I had the worst hangover ever. And I was talking to Emma, and she was fucking really ill as well. And I was like, "What the hell's going on?"
Or because you vaped.
But it happened once before, and we didn't click what it was. And yeah, so that's it. So be very wary of those vaporizer things. They're brilliant, but make sure that you always use fresh water. You can leave it in there for a few days at a time, and that's fine.
I've got one. It's a tower. It's like that big, which is what, like, I don't know, 25, 30 centimetres high. Mm-hmm. You fill it with just under, I think it's like 1.5 litres of water.
Yeah.
And it's got three functions. It's got a light on it. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
goes
mine's got a light, yeah.
boom. There's all nice lights. So you can have it just pulsing through loads of lights, or you can stop it on a certain light you like. Mm. But then it can do one nozzle, then the other nozzle. I don't know why you'd want one or the other. They're both the same nozzle. But then it can go both nozzles at the same time.
Yeah.
Or it can do pulse, like, yeah. And it runs, if it's full, it goes for 20 hours. 20 hours of that, and I honestly put it on. I think it made it worse.
Oh, really?
But I don't know why that would be.
What did you put in it?
Just water, and then water with eucalyptus. Yeah, but I swear to God, it made worse. Because then I left it off one night, and it's like it made me breathe through my throat more.
I don't know. I've got no
It
idea.
should make things better.
Yeah, you would think.
I'm
And
an
it
anomaly
should
there.
help with a bit of humidity as well. Well, it depends on what the humidity was, though. Sometimes, if it's very dry, you want to increase the humidity, but sometimes you wouldn't.
I'm weird because when I used to take, what's that stuff you get? Codeine. That's the strong stuff, isn't it? That knocks
I've
people
never
out.
used codeine.
So people who take codeine, it's a painkiller, and most of the time it like knocks people out. Like, whoa. But when I had my bicep done, they gave me codeine, which I stopped using within like I think it was day 2 or 3. But I took it on the first night. They wanted me to take it like 3 times a day. I was like, nah. So I took it on the first night, obviously to help me sleep, just to get through the first night. Then when I woke up in the morning, I think I didn't take it till the afternoon because I was starting to feel it. And then when I took it in the afternoon, it woke me up. I woke up, and my mum was literally like, you could see it wearing off on you because you would get drowsy. So that's the opposite to what that drug should do.
Yeah.
It's absolutely bizarre. They could literally see me like, yeah, so weird. So by day 3, I think I'd used it on the evening only, and by day 4, I was completely off.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just deal with it. The best thing I did, I think.
Yeah. No.
Because then you got used to the pain and it didn't bother you. Whereas if you just drug yourself up with everything, you're just scapegoating, aren't you?
Yeah, I think there's probably a certain element where you should get used to some discomfort.
Some suffer.
Yeah, and
That's like with this, with paracetamol. People are like, oh, take some more paracetamol. And then it's like paracetamol, decongestant, ibuprofen, like all these things. And I'm just like, no. I'll take it before bed because I'm going to go to sleep and I want to sleep through because I can heal.
Yeah.
But during the day, I'm like, well, I don't want to load myself up and have this false sense of security for it then to smash me in the face later in the evening.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the time if you are just constantly hammering something, you get desensitized to its effects a lot of the time. Yeah. So if you can save it up for those, especially sleep, because obviously when you're ill, when anything, like sleep is the most important thing that you do.
100%. Like today, I slept through, and then
did I wake you up?
You
was
woke
that
up,
yeah.
and that was at what, midday?
Yeah.
So I slept through. I woke up at 8 a.m. And then I was sweating. So I got up, like towel dried, put the towel in the bed, got back into bed,
Yeah.
so that I wouldn't sweat the bed up. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to sit here and put something inane on to watch and see if I fall back asleep. And then I did until 12 o'clock, which and my Whoop told me I was at 14% recovery.
That's bad. I've literally just remembered. Ideally, this needs to be in the other podcast, but we haven't explained why Imran wasn't here.
Yeah, the reason Imran hasn't been on this week is because of a really horrible family issue that he's dealing with.
Yeah.
So he will be coming back on. He will be on, but obviously in his own time when he's ready.
Yes, yeah. He called me earlier today just because something bad's happened literally a few days ago, and he said he'd come on, and I said like
absolutely not.
Yeah, I said don't worry about it at all.
No.
So
Be with family, do it.
yeah, so
He will be back on, but that does also give you guys some time to get some questions in for us. But
next episode is going to be 100.
100 is the next episode. Are we doing it live?
I think if we can work it out,
We will attempt to do it live through. We have the thingy account, Twitch.
you can do YouTube.
YouTube.
You can do YouTube live.
YouTube live.
Yeah, you can do YouTube lives.
Okay.
If we're going to do it, we've got to fucking say we're going to do it. We're going to book a time and we're going to do it. And then we're going to go and do a DMT trip afterwards.
Damn. There we go.
Oh, then we can YouTube live that.
Nope. Right. We're out. We'll see you the next one. Leave behind what was good. No, don't do that. Leave behind what was bad. Why do I keep doing that? Don't listen to me. Bring forward what was good. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Toodle pip.
Toodle pip.